Hi, I'm trying to give you a little dissertation and a little bit of instruction on Travis picking. This is Travis picking a la me. This is the way I learned to do it, and this is the way that I teach it. There are 5 steps. It's a 5-step program, and basically, uh, it starts out like this. You're not going to see my face much in this, but not important. You want to see my right hand. I'm going to put down a G chord here. I'm going to put a 6-string chord down, and I want to show you the first step, basically, which is the thumb alternating between the 6th and the 4th string, like this. And it's very slowly and just keep it as even as you can. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to teach your thumb motor memory. So you have to do this for a long time. Like you're sitting in front of your television and you're watching the news or something, and you're just doing this with your thumb. It's going to drive everybody crazy that's around you. But it's totally necessary because this is the basis of everything. To teach your thumb this motor memory. I mean, really, you have to do it for hours. It's really boring. But you're paying your dues at this point. Okay, the second step is using what I call a pinch, and this is with the second finger, the middle finger, and your thumb on the first beat of every measure. It's going to do this pinch. It's going to be. And I can mess up. And once again, you have to do this for a long time. And you may catch yourself every once in a while with your other fingers trying to get involved with it. Don't let them do that. Just make sure you go back to this point. And if you have any trouble with the next step or the next few steps, basically you just have to go back to that first step and just do that alternating bass again. And again, it's boring as hell. It's going to pay off in the long run. Okay, I'll go on to the third step now. The third step is adding the and of 2 with your first finger. So it's going to start out, and I'm going to try to do this as slowly as I can so you can see my fingers, what they're doing. It's the pinch. Yeah. Pinch, and 1, 2. Pinch, 2, and 1, 2. Pinch, 2, and 1, 2. Pinch, 2, and 1, 2. Once again, you have to do this for a long time. You're still paying your dues. You'll pay your dues for a while. I've very rarely seen anybody go through the 5 steps of my program in one day, in 1/2 hour session or an hour session. It's happened a couple of times, and those people have gone on to either become really good Travis pickers or have a problem with chord changing, which I've never understood. You just change chords like you normally do. But we're not really talking about that right now. Okay, that was step 3. Step 4 is adding the and of 2 with the middle finger, the second finger again. So it's going to be like this, and I have to play this very slowly so you can see it all. Now, it's going to take you a while to get to this step because you really got to get that foundation. You got to get that muscle memory going so that you always know that thumb is going to be solid as hell. sometimes these other fingers will get involved, and what will happen is the thumb will stop. And that's when you got to go back a step and go back to the step you were on before. Even if you have to go back to the first step, because literally it just takes a long time to get that together finally. The fifth step, that was the fourth step. The fifth step of the program is the full Travis pick. You're not going to be able to do this for a while. It's going to take quite a few hours before you get there where you're feeling like you're really comfortable with it. But it basically goes like this. I'll do it as slow as I can for you. It's going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and adding the and of 1, and of 4 with your 1 finger. So it's going to be like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. See, my thumb is still going. All the Paul Simon songs you've ever heard have done this. This is the place where you're going to get someday, but you've got to pay your dues to get there. And once again, on the fifth step, I'll try to get a little closer for you. Looks like a spider. That's it. That's basically the 5 steps. Just always keep in your mind that if you start having trouble with one of the steps, go back to the step before and work it again for a couple of hours, and then try the next step again. Eventually you'll have this down, and what you'll find, and I found this many times, when I used to do my little rolls and stuff like this, when we all learn how to finger pick like this. After a while, that takes over, and it's almost stifling sometimes if you want to play a strum that's not Travis pick. The other thing I wanted to show you here is that was a 6-string pattern. This is for the 5-string pattern. I use a C chord, and it's the same thing. You're going to still have this. You're still going to have that alternating bass, and you need to work that too. So here it is with the C chord. It's a little out of tune now. Anyway, the 5-string pattern, the right hand's going to be exactly the same except where you place your fingers. The 5th string is the bass string here, so that's going to be the one. You can also do this with the C chord with the G and the bass. You can do this. Finally, the 4th string chord, the D chord. It's very simple. And you can do the alternating bass with the back too in this, but this is very simple. That's basically it. If you should be able to get going on that. Like I said, don't forget, you've got to do all of the things you got to do at the beginning. You got to get the grounding first. Get the motor memory going. Enjoy. Bye-bye.